Hello, good evening. Welcome back to the session. Yesterday, we were discussing about the fundamentals of Python. Hope that is clear. Today, we're going to start the session with the NumPy and Pandas. So before directly moving with the session, I just want to know and I'll just revise the yesterday's things. So we started with variables, data types, and also we have discussed about conditional statements, loops, and then we ended up with the functions. So today we're going to start the actual applications with the applications of Python, that is from the data analytics. Okay. So we're going to see that how the data can be analyzed with the help of Python. Okay. So before moving ahead, any questions from the previous session? Okay, then if no questions, we'll move ahead with the today's session. Okay, yesterday many of the students were asking me like what are lists, what are dictionaries and all. So I'll not be covering the entire part. At least I'll try to cover the list and then move ahead with the NumPy. Okay, because in NumPy we're going to learn the several functions of NumPy. First, let me tell you what is NumPy. NumPy is nothing but the numerical Python. It is called as numerical Python. It is basically used for the mathematical calculation. Most of the scientists, the mathematicians use this NumPy for their work and for their analysis. Okay. So how we going to use that? And there are many more functions in each and every library. In Python, we have the inbuilt library as a NumPy. In this, we will be having multiple functions. Got it? So we're going to cover the maximum useful functions which are used for the statisticians and all. Okay. I can see that one of the student have asked elif wala concept ek baar bata dena. You know, if elif and else, suppose we don't have a multiple condition, if we have a single condition, like if the 6 is greater than 7, if yes, then we're going to say that 6 is greater than 7. Else it is less. So this is a single condition. Suppose we have a multiple condition like 6 is equal to 6. Then we're going to take three conditions. Whether it is greater than, whether it is less than or equal to. In that case, the one other condition if I want to write, then I can use the L if. Okay. So one more student is asking me like what is Python? Actually, in the previous class we have already discussed what is Python and all. Python is the basic programming language. We have seen its fundamentals yesterday. So directly moving ahead with the today's session without wasting time. Okay, I'll present my screen. Hope my screen is visible to you all. So let me tell you all. This is the first sentence, import numpy as np. Okay, so we can directly use import numpy. We can directly use import numpy. Here I'm using and I'm giving the nickname as a np here. We usually take this name. So I'm taking the same name. Whenever you read any future, like if you work in future, many of the people will be using the same name, that is np. Np is a nickname for numpy. You can ask a question that why we have to take the nickname. Directly we can go with the numpy and then uh, start with the analysis. But multiple times we have to call this function, multiple times I have to use this numpy. So instead of taking such big name, I can use the short name. So we are using that enp here. Enp is nothing but the numpy itself. Okay, what is the meaning of import? As I said, in Python we have any many inbuilt libraries. If I want to make use of those libraries, I have to use this keyword called as import. This import will help you to use the libraries from the Python. Okay, so I'm using the numpy library here, and then I'm giving the short name as np here. Got it? Okay, so NP is nothing but NumPy. That is, please keep that thing in your mind. And NumPy is nothing but numerical Python used for statistics purpose. That is the mathematical calculation. Okay. So now let's move ahead. I have already written some codes because we may run out of time today as we have to cover multiple things. If you want to learn something separately, again I have created one more the collaboratory link here. I'll be just explaining few of the concepts here. So here I have taken an example called as hourly temperatures. Okay, what is that? Hourly temperatures. It is just a variable name where I am storing the temperature of the, like, in a day, in a particular hours, what is the temperature. Okay, and then I have few queries. Let me just quickly check and move. BMI calculates um, float input. Yeah, you have some some student have just texted about the BMI calculation. It is keep on running. You have just stored the variable uh, in the variables like weight underscore kg, height underscore m, and then BMI, but you are not printing or you are not writing any code for that. So it just runs and stop. You have assigned the variables. That's it. But you are not calling it, so you will not get it. If you want, then you can use the print weight underscore kg. Like in a bracket, you can write weight underscore kg, then it will give you some result where you can enter the weight and all. Okay, and we are using the collaboratory notebooks. This collaboratory notebook is online, so we can use it if we have the internet and then run the codes. What is library? Basically, in simple, in every colleges we have the libraries, right? So where we will be storing the books. Okay, so the librarian will keep the shelves according to the department. Whichever department student will come, he will go and search in that particular section and give you the books. In a very similarly, Python will also store the functions in particular libraries. Suppose if you want to work with the mathematical functions, then you have to access the NumPy library. If you want to work on the, for example, data analytical functions, then you have to use the Panda library. If you want to work on the visuals, if you want to draw some graphs and all, then you have to choose the Matplotlib library. And we also have Seaborn libraries. If you want to go for the web and all, we have the PyTorch library. If we want to move further data scientist or AI related, we have scikit-learn libraries and all. So like this way, depending on the task, depending on what exactly you want to do, based on that we have a list of libraries from Python. So for the today's session, I am focusing on NumPy and Pandas. Hope this is clear to you all. Okay. Yeah, so let's move ahead. Somebody have asked how to build a project and all. So, for example, for the today's class, I'll help you all to take the external data and then read it with the help of pandas, and then from that you can make some analysis and show some report, and that can be considered, if you work still more on that, then that can be considered as a project. Okay. I said that NumPy is used for mathematical calculation. We're going to use it. Many of the scientists use it for the statisticians. Basically, use this. Okay. Yes. Hope the doubts are clear. I'll proceed with this. Okay. So, what exactly we are doing in each and every line, I will be explaining it. Okay. So here, this hash is nothing but the comment. In the previous session I have explained it, where here what exactly we are doing is we are reading the temperature over a day. Okay, in a day what are the different temperatures we have seen. So this is just a random data, just to make you all aware how to create an array and all. Okay, so now here in the square bracket, whatever we have, this is called as a list. In the previous class, many of the students were asking me about the list. So I'll explain this list here. So list temperature data. Okay. So list will be written in the square bracket. Okay. List has to be written within a square bracket. And let me tell you some of the features of list. List is a part of data structure where you can store multiple datas. Okay, like in the previous class we have learnt about variables, where variable, a single variable can hold a single data. If you want to store a multiple data, like for example we are storing the temperatures here, a set of temperatures in a single variable, then you can make use of a list. And it has a syntax that you have to write a data within a square bracket. This is the thing you have to remember here. So you have to write it in the square bracket. Got it? So you can see this square bracket is mandatory. This square bracket is mandatory, and inside this you can write any data. Okay, you can write a integer, a string, a boolean, even a list. In a list, inside a list we can create a list. Okay, this is the advantage of a list. And one good thing is, we can suppose if you want to add items to the list, if you want to add something to the list after creating, that is also possible. If you want to delete something, that is also possible. Some of the features quickly I'd like to teach you all, and then move ahead with the array. Got it? Because from the array only we are from the list only we are converting it to the array. Yes. So here what we have stored, we have stored the temperature data. If you want to see the result directly, we can use the print function. Print temp underscore data. Okay, so you can see that temp data is not defined. In a hurry, what I did, I have just written DAT. So it is telling I don't know what is temp data. So let me just write a proper variable name. Now let me run this. Yes, this is it. And in the yesterday's class, many of the students were asking me about the slicing. Slicing is nothing but, if I want to access part of the data, like for example, in list, the data whatever we have entered, we going to index, I mean we going to give the serial numbers here. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this way. Okay, so every individual data is serialized here. Okay, so for example, if I want to access the first data, then how I can write temp underscore data. I have to use the square bracket. Okay, square bracket, then 0. 0 indicates that I am accessing the first data. As I said, first 0 will be given to the first and the 1 will be given to the next, similarly so on. Okay, like if I run this, I can access the first data. If I want the second, then I can write it is 1. Okay, because as I have given the positions as 0 and 1, if I want to access the second data, I have to write here as 1. Okay, now if I want to access the data from second to third, from second, third, fourth, then what I have to write? I have to write 1, then one extra number I have to write here. So you can see I got 23, 22, 23 and 24, all this data. Okay. If you don't write anything at the beginning, then by default it will start from the first. So it depends on you, like what exactly data you have to access and all. Okay. So this is about the list. And then suppose if you want to add a item, add a data to the existing list, then you can use append function. You can use append function, dot append, append function. Then you can add another temperature here. Then if you want to see the result, you have to print it. Print temp underscore data. Yes, you can see here. Whenever you use a append function, this data will be added at last. If you want to insert a data anywhere in between, then you can use insert function. Okay. Insert function, then add a location where exactly you want to add and all. So if we keep on learning about it, we have many more functions. For list only, again, the like we're going to waste the time. So I just wanted to give a quick explanation about list. Hope the list concept is clear to you all. I'll give some 1 minute of time. If it is clear, then I'll move ahead with the arrays of NumPy. Hope the concept is clear to you all. One more thing is, if you want to see the data type, if you want to see the data type of this, which function is used? In the previous class we have discussed, it is a type function. Okay, type function. I'm going to write a variable name here, temp underscore data. So it is list. You can see that it is list. Yes, very good. Many of them are answering. It's a type function. Yeah, now again, some students have asked about the tuples. As I said, in a data structure, we have multiple things: list, tuples, dictionaries, sets, and all. It's all similar to this. The way of writing will differ. Tuples will be written in a round bracket. In a round bracket. Okay. And then one thing is, like here, it is immutable. Like once if you create a tuple, you cannot add a data or delete a data and all. You can just access it. How to num reverse? Yeah, reverse data also can be accessed by the negative indexing. Like for example, if I write temp underscore data -1 will be the last data, like this. Negative, if you want the last data, then -1, -2, -3, like this. If you want the starting data, you can take it like 0, 1, 2, 3. So we have positive indexing as well as negative indexing. Hope the list concept is clear to you all. moving ahead with the NumPy. So in NumPy, very similar to the list, very similar to the list, we're going to create an array. We're going to create an array. So in an array, we can create a single dimensional, two dimensional. Okay, what is the meaning of single dimensional? Single dimensional means it is a single row. Two dimensional means it is rows and columns. So the advantage in arrays is you can tell that when we already have a list, why we have to move with the arrays. Okay, in an array we have the flexibility to create the single dimensional and then two dimensional, three dimension. In a list also we can create, but whatever functions we have in a NumPy, that access we will get it only for the arrays, not for the list. Okay, that is why we're going to create why is NumPy list is declared. That's what I am discussing now. Okay, so here what we are doing, we are creating this list. This is a list, and then when you write this list inside the array function, it get converts to the array. For example, I'll check the type function, type hourly temperatures. What is the error? That this is not defined. Okay, I have not run this yet. Yes. Now let me run this. You can see this is a NumPy ND array. The meaning of ND array is a n dimensional array. Okay, so this is an array. What we are doing, we are creating a list and then passing it to the array. Without this also we can create a array. This is also works. Just to make you all explain about the list and how can you convert it to the array, that is why I have just added this. Okay, so this is the NumPy array. What we are doing, we are converting this list to the array using this function. So in NumPy, we have many functions, as I said. What is called NumPy? I have already said NumPy is the numerical Python. This is the library from Python. It is basically used for mathematical calculation purpose. Okay. Now, please keep this thing in mind that NP is a short name we have used here. So to access the functions from the NumPy, you have to first call this. That is why every time if you want to access the functions, you have to keep on writing NumPy. So if you have the short name, you can directly just write NP, and then you can write a function array here, then add a data. So with this, what we have done, we have created a array here of the name hourly temperature. The rules for writing this variable is same everywhere, whatever we have discussed yesterday. Then we are printing this. Okay, so we have a two arrays here. One is storing the hourly temperature, that is a single dimensional array, and another one what we have, this is the weekly temperature. Okay, where we are storing the data of Monday, Tuesday's temperature and all. Okay, so this is a two dimensional array. You can just see we have one square bracket, then inside that we have this small square brackets. Okay, so you can see this. So this is a two dimensional. We have uh, two columns and I think seven rows. Okay, if you want to calculate the size and all, we have multiple functions. We're going to discuss each and every functions here. Okay, so we have seen that this is a part of NumPy ND array. Okay, so till now any doubts here? Yes, why we are using f inside? Why we are using f inside? This is called as a f literal. In the previous session somebody was asking about this f literal. Okay, this is just a normal print function. Without this also we can write the data. Okay, here only the way of writing data will differ. For example, in the everything you can write it in the double or a single quotes, and then whatever the variable name is there, that we have to write it in the curly brace without separating the comma, without separating it by a comma. This is just another way of printing the statements. That's it. Okay, we have multiple ways. If suppose if you are feeling this as a difficulty, you can use the normal print function which we have learned yesterday. This is another way. Okay, you can write the f here, f literal it is called as. Then only one double quotes will come here. Inside this, whatever message you want to write, you can write. The variable names are written in the curly braces. No need to separate it by comma and all. The slash n is nothing but it will give you the new line. Okay. Have some questions? We can also use list. What is the use of numpy? Yes, about the print. Yes, without f literal, like how we have done yesterday, in a very similar, that also works. This is another way. Anyone you can make use of this. No need to get confused with the yesterday's and today's. This is just an alternate way. You can use the yesterday's method also. And what is array? Array is also like a list. Here also you can store multiple data. You can create a single dimensional array, multi-dimensional arrays and all. Okay, but you can get the access of all the functions of the numpy to the arrays, but to the list you cannot get the access. Okay, like for example, in the numpy we have many functions. For the mathematical purpose what we going to use it, if you want to make an advantage of those functions, then you have to create an array. So if you create that array, then you can make use of those functions and do the mathematical analysis. Whereas list also we can create it, but it doesn't have the access to the numpy functions. Hope the doubt is cleared. Is there a library for variable type program? For some of the functions like print function, input function, type function, these all functions you don't have to access any libraries and all. Okay, these things can work without importing any libraries. Okay, let's move ahead. Yes, so here I'm going to break down the thing. Dot shape. Now you are observing. Yes, somebody is asking me the question like it is used for mathematical computation. That's what we're going to discuss ahead. That's what we're going to start. I'll be taking some example and explaining all the concepts here. So before moving with that example, I want to clear some more doubts here. Like see here, we have a shape keyword. Whenever we don't have a brackets, this is called as keyword. So this is hourly temperature dot shape. Shape is a keyword. The use of shape is it will tell you that this hourly temperature is what dimension, whether it is a single dimension, whether it is a two dimension and all. Okay, this is also same. Endim, n dimension, whether it is a single dimension, two dimension, it will tell. You may ask question, we are getting the same answer for shape also, endim also. Endim will tell it is single or double or a three. whereas shape will give you the exact dimension, 2 columns, 3 rows, 3 columns, 2 rows, and all. Whereas we have another keyword here, dot size. This size will tell you totally how many elements are there, total items in the array. Okay. Then we have another thing, that is a D type. This D type is nothing but the data type. What kind of a data we have or we have stored in the hourly temperature. Okay. Let me repeat all this one more time. Dot shape will tell you how many dimension it is, like how many rows and how many columns. Whereas endim keyword will tell you how many it is, whether it is a single or two dimensional. That's it. It will not give you the further details. Whereas size keyword will give you the total elements. And D type will tell you what kind of a data you are storing it in the hourly temperature variable. Let me run this and then show you the output. So you can see here, hourly temperature, it is a single dimension. Total we have 12 rows. It's a single thing. And you can see dimension, it is one dimension. And size is, we have total 12 data. And data type is, it is a float because we have the decimal values here. Okay. And then in weekly temperature, it is a two dimension. We have 7 rows and 2 columns. The first one will give you the rows and the second one will tell you the columns. So do remember this. This is rows and then this is column. And dimension, it is 2 dimension. And total size is 14. You will get to know here only 7 twos are 14. So the total elements are 14. And data type is int. It is an integer. You can cross verify here. You can see all are the whole numbers here. There are no decimals. Okay. Hope this is clear to you all. So I am moving with the example here. Before moving with this another example, any queries? Is there any queries? Okay, great. Thank you for responding. So I am moving ahead with an example of this. So here we have a table which contains the smartphone models, the prices, and the units available. Okay. Smartphones, like for example, a Samsung, its price is given and total 9 Samsung phones are available. It is like a total inventory of one shop. It is telling that we have total these many different phones and its prices are given and how many mobile phones are available. For example, we have Realme, so its price is given and then total 8 units are available. Got it? So we're going to create an array for all these three, for all these, and then we're going to do some operation. Okay, hope it is clear. Okay, what we are doing, we are creating two arrays here. Yes, somebody is asking me what is this endim. Endim is n dimensional. Okay, n means a n number. Whether it is a one dimension, whether it is a two dimension, or whether it is a three dimension. So it will just give you the details of how many dimension it is. So it is a one. First one was a one dimension, and the second one was a two dimension. That's it. It will give you the idea of that. Okay. If it is clear. Okay, so now you can see prices we have created a array, prices array is there, and units available array we have created. How to create an array? Np dot array, and then we have listed all this price 1399, 6298, 10,000. So we have made a note of all this and also the units. Okay, I need these two for the calculation purpose. So I have taken this. So we have the prices here and we have the units available here. Got it? Now what we're going to do here is create an array containing the total price of each smartphone. Total price of each smartphone. Okay, so first thing is what we're going to do. If I want the total, what exactly we have to do? I have to multiply this 1399 to this 9, because Samsung phones are available. How many Samsung phones are there? 9 Samsung phones are there. So 9 into 13,099, then 6298 into 8, 10,099 into 9. I have to first multiply this, then I have to add up. Okay? Yeah. So total prices, what I have to do? Prices into units available. I have to multiply this. Okay? When I multiply this, that result I am getting it in total price. Okay? After that, what I have to do? I have to use np.sum function. So these all inbuilt functions, we have it in the NumPy. If I use the sum function, it will directly add everything, and then it will give the result in this variable. Okay, total monetary value. If I run this, what it is telling, that prices is not defined. Okay, let me run this cell first. Yes. Now it will give you the details. So this is nothing but the prices. This one, total price. When it is multiplied, this result is shown here. And then this is the total monetary. Okay. That is the total cost of everything. We can say it that total monetary of that particular shop. It is somewhere 8,07,877. Okay. Now I have some questions. Ma'am, can we... Okay, somebody have asked size, shape, ending, data type are keywords of array of keywords in NumPy. Yes, these are keywords used to check the data type and then the dimension and then the size and all. This is used not only in the NumPy, these are used even in Pandas. If you learn here, it can be used even in the Pandas also. The concept will remain same. Can we declare arrays as a square brackets, but why we use np dot array? We cannot declare the array as a square bracket. We need the round bracket here. Array is a function. Okay, so arrays we going to declare it in the round bracket. Okay, I want only the Realme mobile's total price. What can I do? If you want the Realme mobile, first you have to check it where exactly it occurs. It is in the second row. Okay, so you can write like a price of 1 into units of 1. By that you will get the only the Realme. Okay, like for example, it is saved as prices, right? Yes, 6298. Okay, If I want to use this one, hope you are asking this one, 6298, then you have to use this, and then you can multiply with the same. For multiplication we're going to use the star, then units available bracket 1. If you do this, you get only about that particular phone. So for this, indexing is necessary. That is why at the beginning I first explained about the list, the indexing method. The same is used everywhere. I want only, okay. Yes, exactly. Somebody have already answered. Great. Yes, correct. Okay, great then. Let me move ahead. Again, the question: size, shape, endim, data type are a keywords of array of keywords in NumPy. Yes, these are the keywords used for NumPy for array purpose. Okay, but these keywords can be used even in the pandas. Okay, it is not only used for NumPy arrays; it can be used even for the pandas data frames. Okay. If we don't, where it is, how do we calculate? So here, let me clarify the things. You have to first analyze the data. Okay, without analyzing your own data, you cannot proceed for any calculations and all. Okay, so knowing the data is very important. If you are doing any data analysis, first understand the data. Without that, you cannot proceed for any analysis. Okay. How to differentiate between arrays and functions? As you said, total price is an array. So don't get confused here. Arrays, whenever I say a bracket, whenever I have a bracket here, it is considered as a function, some function, array function. Okay, its concept is already inbuilt. Array function is already built. The what task it has to do, it is already built in the Python. Like for example, what this sum function have to do, the task is already built. I am just using this. If I use this, automatically the values will be added, and then it will give you the result. Got it? It is telling that why the output is np.int. 64 is the size, like it is telling the bit size, and then np, it is telling that it is a numpy array and this is the integer data. It is giving you all the description. The difference between array and list, the way of writing the data also differ. List, you have to write it in the square bracket, whereas array, you have to write it in the round braces. Also, you have to write the np dot, because array is a part of numpy. Array is a part of numpy, so np dot array you have to write. Numpy is a library. Okay, hope all the basics are clear. I'm moving ahead. Yes. So if I want to calculate the average of all the prices, that here I have a list of prices. If I want to calculate the average of prices, then I can use the mean function. So this is a mean function where I have to write the variable name. If I write the variable name, the mean is nothing but the average. It gets calculated and then give you the result. So this is the advantage. We have the different set of inbuilt functions in the NumPy. We can make use and then calculate. Okay. Then in a very similarly, we have the min function where it will tell you the minimum price and also the maximum price. If I see the list here, the minimum price is 6298. 6298 and the maximum is this 13,999. Not 13,000, it is 14,999. Let's verify this. Okay, so you can see the minimum price here is 6298 and the maximum price is 14,099. Okay, and we have the median here. So median is nothing but the center one. Okay, it will first arrange it in the ascending order and then the center one is nothing but the median, and that is 9099. Yes. So this is about the basics of NumPy. This is about the basics of NumPy. Using this functions, you can explore and create many more things. Okay. So I suggest you all, you can just list out the different functions available in the NumPy and then create some basic arrays and then try to use all these functions and then explore and use it in your own projects and all. Okay, hope it is clear. I'll just give 1 minute of a time for the questions and then I'm moving ahead with the pandas. It's very important. Why are you putting total monetary value only instead of print? How it will print, ma'am? Yes, so students, just listen here. If you write print average, this will also give you the result. If you don't write print, then also it will give. Okay, writing only the variable name will also give the result, but only one variable name. If you write here minimum also, then you will not get. Okay, a single variable. If you want to see the result, you will get the result here. What if I have to use a string and numeric values in a single array? Arrays will be having the single type of a data. Mean function, some student is asking about the mean function. This mean function will give you the average of price. Like for example, I have prices 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it will add all this price and then divide it by 10. This is how we calculate the average. So it adds up, then divided by 10. And that's how we get the average. Okay. Whereas median is different. This median, what it does, it will keep the numbers in ascending order. Okay. Ascending means first one will be 6298. 6395, then 7298, then 999. So the middle one is nothing but median value. Okay, can you prices of one, can you tell one more time? So we have the prices here. For example, what are prices here? If I print prices, this is prices. If I want to access the first data, that means if you want to print only the first data, then it is, the location is 0, the location is 1 here, like this way. Okay, for example, how I can write prices 0, it will print the first data, this one. If I write 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, this will be printed 1499. Okay, this will help you to access the data. If you write 3:8, then from here 4, 5, 6, like this slicing method. Got it? These many datas will be printed. Hope all the doubts are clear with the NumPy. We have many more functions actually. I have just taken few of the functions which will help you all for doing some analysis. How to use of AI. This is the AI. Wherever you see this feature AI, you can make use of this and then type any prompt and get the code accordingly. I'm moving ahead with the pandas now. In pandas, we have two things. Okay, the document will be shared. Yeah. So in pandas, we have two things. One is series and data frames. Series is nothing but a single dimension. This is nothing but a single dimension. Whereas data frames are nothing but a tabular column in terms of rows and columns. Okay. So what is the thing? In pandas, we're going to read the data in terms of either series or data frames. So I will be explaining with the help of both. So first I'll be starting with the series and explain the basics, and then I'll proceed with the data frames where you're going to learn the multiple functions of pandas. Okay. Now before moving ahead with this, let me tell you what is pandas. Pandas is a library from Python. This is a main tool and it is very important tool for data analysis purpose. Okay. So NumPy is used for the mathematical purpose, mathematical calculation purpose, whereas Pandas is used for data analysis purpose. Now, before directly moving ahead with the data analysis using this Pandas, I want to tell you all about what is data analysis. Because without knowing what is data analysis, doing some task is like it's of no use. First, let me tell you what exactly is the data analysis. Data analysis means what? First thing is you have to extract the data. Like for example, take an example of a weather forecasting only. Okay, to forecast the weather, you have to have the record of the previous day's weather. Okay, like yesterday, what was the weather? Last month, what was the weather? In the so on of the months or the days weather data you're going to take it, and then based on the average calculations you're going to forecast that tomorrow the day may be runny, like we may face the rainy thing, or it might be sunny, or there will be some breeze and all, so you're going to forecast something. Okay, so the thing here is, for the data analysis purpose you have to first extract the data. Okay, and let me tell you, data analysis is required in every field. It is not restricted to only one or two field. It is required everywhere. It is required mainly in the businesses and all. It might, the business may be related to the sale, it may be related to the construction, it might be to the any MNC companies, it might be for the banking sector, or it might be for the medical sector. everywhere the data analysis is required. Okay, for example, if you are working for any sales company and if they are asking for data analysis, you have to first check, extract the sales, in which region, what is the sales, who is doing the best sales, so what advantages has to be given, in what region we are lagging of the sales and all. So this is how you have to do the data analysis. Now for this, the main thing is you should have the knowledge of the data. Okay, so first you have to understand the data, what that data is doing, what is about that data. You have to first check, is there any missing data, is there any unwanted data, you have to delete it. First thing is extracting the data, second step is cleaning the data, and then third step will be going ahead with the analysis. For the analysis purpose we have the multiple platforms. Okay, we can use Python. In that we can make use of the matplotlibs and cbons for the data visualizations and all. And then we have many other visualization tools for data analysis. We have Power BI, we have Tableau, and we have many other platforms also. From that we can create the data visuals and present that data analysis. Okay, hope this theoretical part of data analysis is clear to you all. If it is clear, I'll move ahead with the pandas. Uh, is this collab research file we received? Yes, I will be sharing all these files to you all. Yes, Numpy and Python. We are writing the codes with the help of Python only here. Okay, great then. Let's move ahead. So here also we have import pandas. That is, we are importing the pandas library as PD. We are giving the nickname or we are giving the short name as a PD. Okay. Then we are also importing the random module here. This is another module. In this random module also we have multiple features. That is, we have multiple functions. Basically random is used to generate the random numbers. So before moving ahead with the pandas, I will explain about this random. Okay, let me run this, or else first I'll explain this in a different file. Import random. Okay, then what I will do, some random numbers. Okay, so for this we're going to use the randint function from the random dot rand int function, where you have to give the range. Okay, like I will give the range of 1 to 10. So when you print this random underscore numbers, so you will be getting the number in between 1 to 10. For example, I'll run and show you. See, any random number between 1 to 10, you will get it. So it is generating the random numbers. What is the use of random function? Random function will generate the random numbers. The main function here is int, random integer numbers. Here you have to provide the numbers from which number to which number. So in between 1 to 10, it will generate any random number. For example, you can see, if you want the different thing, different range, you can also provide the different range. Like 120, comma 130. In between this, any random number will be generated. So the practical application of this is it is used for OTP number generation, OTP numbers. Okay. Like if you want to generate a 6-digit OTP number, then you can, what you can do is OTP equal to random dot rand int. Yes. 6 digit. If you want, you can generate 6 digit, 4 digit. Yeah. So you can see any random OTP pin generation is possible here. Okay. If you want 6 digit, then what is the solution? Add two more numbers here. So you will get a 6-digit OTP number. Okay. So basically this function is used to generate a random number. Hope this is clear. Now I will be using this random randint function in the pandas and then generate some random numbers. Okay. Coming back to the session. Pandas as PD, Numpy as NP, random as RD. Is that possible? Yes, it is possible. You can give a nickname for any library. You can write it as RD also. Why I have not written? Because I'm not using that random function future. Only once I'm using. So I have written random only. Okay, but you can write RD also as RD. You can see that works. Got it? You can give any nickname. It's not only RD, even if you give R, that also works. You can give any name. Okay. Okay, then shall we move ahead with the next? Yes, for that we have a different function, random characters and all. You can explore more on a random module. Okay. Rand integer, it is random integer. Integer numbers are generated there. Okay. For characters, some other functions are there. So you can explore more on that. Okay. Yes. Let's move ahead with the next then. We have a import random here module. So what all we have done? Import pandas as PD. Then we have imported a random. And then what we are doing here? Some nickname for two different library. What about the result? Whatever nicknames you are using for the libraries, use the same for accessing its functions also. That's it. Okay. It is just a name. Yeah. So import pandas as PD and import random here. Okay. Then what we are doing? We are just writing what exactly the task here is. I am taking a variable here as weights, and then weights is a variable. What exactly I am doing here is, here I am generating random integer numbers from 45 to 60. Okay, it is taken as the average weight here, 45 to 60, and then how many numbers I am generating? 30. Got it? So randomly I am choosing the numbers between 45 to 60, and how many numbers I am generating? Total 30 numbers I am generating. Got it? So you can see from 0 to 29. So this is just declaring some 30 weights here. Okay, between 45 to 60. You can check any number here. It is between 45 to 60. And total, how many are there? Total 30 weights are there. Hope it is clear. So what we have done here, like as an example of a mobile prices and all what we had taken for the previous numpy, I am taking an example of a weights here. In this weights, what I am doing, I am generating 30 numbers between 45 to 60, varying between 45 to 60. Okay. So before moving ahead with its function, any doubts here? Okay, great then. Let me just move ahead then. Yes. So weights is a variable name. Do remember that. So similar to size, shape, and all, you can explore all the keywords which we have done it for NumPy. One I'm going to show you size. So size, it is total 30. So it is just showing you that we have a total 30 items in the weights variable. Got it? Similarly, you can try out shapes and all. As it is a single dimension, it will give you 30 only. And let me tell you some more functions here. Okay. Weights dot head function. In pandas, whenever we have the data with a huge number, right now we have a data of only 30 elements. I have a query here. Is series and PD is aligning same functionality as for arrays and list it was? About the series, we have a query. Okay. Series will generate a single dimension. Okay. Whereas in NumPy arrays, we can directly create with the help of list single and double dimension. Okay. Whereas in pandas, we have two things. At the beginning, I think I had explained it. Yeah, here. Series means it is a single dimension. Whereas using the data frame function, you can create the rows and columns. Okay. Directly external Excel file also we can import here. That how to do it, I'll be showing you ahead in future with this. Okay. Explain weights one more time. What we are doing is we are generating some random 30 weights, 30 people weights. Okay, varying between 45 to 60. Varying between 45 to 60. You can change the range. Yes, we can write this line for loop. What we are doing is we are choosing this and then adding in this I and then generating the 30 numbers. That's it. So head function, what is the use of head function? I was telling you all. You know, whenever we have the huge data, we'll not be having a time to check with each and individual row what it is doing, what is each and individual column is telling you all. In that case, you can see the starting file data. Starting file data will display if you use the head function. What is the use for head function? Head function will display the starting five data. Starting five data will be displayed here. You can see here 0 to 4. Starting five data will be displayed. Suppose if you want to see some more data, like you wish to see the sixth data, seventh data, eighth data, then you can just write the number here, whatever data you want to see. Like if you want to see starting 10 data instead of 5, you can enter the number here. So starting 10 data will be visible. If you don't write anything, then by default it will display only 5. By default it will display only 5. If you want to see some more data, you can enter the number, then see the data. Okay. Now head function is used to display the starting 5 data. Okay, if you want to see the last 5 data, then we have a function called as tail function. Okay, weights dot tail function. Tail function will give you the last 5. Okay, you can see this is the last 5 data, 29 and this. If you want to see the last 7 data, you can enter the number here and then just check the last 7 data will display. So what is head and tail function? Head function will display the starting 5 data by default. If you want to see more data, you can enter the number and see how many data you want to see. Whereas tail function will display the last 5 data by default. If you want to see more, then you can add the number and then check the data. Hope it is clear. Now here also slicing will work. Okay, colon means here starting. Here we have colon. Yeah, somebody is asking if we are good in communication. Yeah, if you are good in something, please improve in it and then try your efforts for doing and achieving something. Okay. Yes. So let me move ahead. So here, if you want to access the data, if I write only colon, this colon indicates here the starting number and then ending number. I've not written anything. So by default, it will display everything. Okay. If you want to see some particular numbers, again, you can write the range here. Like for example, 1 to 10. So it will display 1 to 9. Okay. This is again a slicing. Some set of information can be seen. Okay. Next is sort underscore values. Sort underscore values function. This sort underscore values function will give you the data in a ascending order or in a descending order. If you want that data in a ascending order, ascending means smaller number to the bigger number. You have to write ascending equal to true here. Got it? You can see all the numbers are arranged in ascending order. Okay. Now, if you want it in the descending order, then just write here it as false. So you will get everything in ascending. If we write ascending equal to true, we will get it in increasing order. If we write ascending equal to false, then we get it in decreasing order. Hope it is clear to you all. Let me move ahead. Now this function is very important. This function is very important. Value underscore counts. Value underscore counts will tell you how many elements have appeared how many times. Okay, like for example, here you can see here 45 is almost repeated 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is repeated 4 times. So it will give you the count of the elements. Got it? In the weights. You can see here. So there are total this many. 59 these have appeared once, whereas 54 appeared 5 times, 45 4 times. Okay. So what is the use of value underscore counts function? Value underscore counts will tell you total how many elements have appeared how many times. Okay. Hope this is clear to you all. So how many functions we have discussed till now? We have seen, and let me tell you that shape, size, these all are common. The new function what we have learned here is head function. What is the use of head function? By default, it will display the starting 5, whereas tail function will display the last 5 data. If you want to see the more, you can enter the number inside the bracket. This colon will help you for slicing purpose, like if you want to access some data. This sort underscore values function will give you the data in ascending order and in descending order. Okay. And the important function is value underscore counts function. This will give you the total counts of the data, how many times it has appeared. Okay. Is it clear? So now I'm moving ahead with the external data accessing to the platform. Directly moving ahead with that, I want to know whether any queries till now. If not, I'll move ahead. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the response. I'll move ahead now. So till now we have created the data here internally. Got it? Now we have to see if I want to read the external data. External data means what, I will be taking the data from external file, like as I said, Excel files and all. Now if you have your own Excel data, you can directly load that. If you don't have, I will be giving you all one platform, you can make use of that. So this is the Kaggle platform, kaggle.com. This is the platform where everybody will be using it to upload their project, or they will be using their project for their analysis purpose and all. Okay, so here you will be getting some simple data sets. Like for example, I have taken some simple sales data set. You can take any data. I have taken this Amazon sales data. Okay, so what all data we have, it will give you all the information. What is this, what inputs we have, what exactly you can do and all. Okay, so this is just an example. You can make use of any platform. If you have your own data also, you can download it and then import it in the collab and then start working on it. For the today's session, I have taken this Amazon sales data. I have downloaded it already. I'll show you the data. So this is the Kaggle platform. You can make use of this for the data purpose. They have many advantages also. You can just go through this, check the computation, check the data sets and all. It's up to you. Now let me show you the data set. So this is the data set where I have product ID, product name, category, discount, actual price, and all. Okay. I'm importing this file to the Google Colab notebook now. Okay. Now, how to import is, I cannot directly write the path and then paste here. But whereas if you are working in other platform like Jupyter and all, directly you can copy the path of that file and then paste it. But as it runs in the cloud, it will not be having the access to your own system. So you can import the file here. So for that you have to use from google.colab import files. This files you have to import it. Okay. Then uploaded files dot upload. Okay. If I run this, it will ask you to choose the file. Okay. Now I can choose my file. So I'm choosing this Amazon. Yes, it is done. So the file is loaded now. Got it? So what I said, if you directly write the path of that file, it will not be having the access. So first thing is we have to upload the file here in the Colab, and then you can able to read it. Okay. For reading the file, we have the different functions. Let's see that. So it is being saved as amazon.csv. I am using the variable name here as df, a simple df variable I have taken. That df indicates it is a data frame. Data frame means what? The data is with respect to the rows and columns. Any name you can take. It is not mandatory to take this name only. Okay, just a short name I have taken as a df, data frame. Okay, and then what is this? PD is a short name for pandas. Then for reading that data, what is the function? Read underscore CSV. Okay, so reading the CSV file. What is the name of the file? Amazon.csv. It's already uploaded here. Got it? Now I'm just running this and printing it. You can see the data. So you can see product ID, product name, category, discount price, actual price, discounts. So all the data is appeared now. So what we have done right now, let me explain you one more time. We are importing the external file. Till now, what we have learned, we have created arrays, we have created the lists and all, and then access the functions with respect to that variables. Now, what we are doing, we are taking the external file and then analyzing. Some student was asking, can we do any projects and all? This is how you can do the projects. Okay, you have some tasks, you might be doing any internships and all, so you have a set of data. You can import that data to this pandas and then do the analysis. Definitely in a short time, maybe it's not possible to cover the entire functions, but I am giving you all the gist of the functions, like how you can exactly work. With the knowledge of that, you can explore the multiple functions available in the pandas, make use of that, and then build a good product. Okay. Yes. So let me come back to this. So these are the things, it will help you all to take the data externally. Okay. It is importing the files from your system and uploading it here and naming it as Amazon. The same file name is given to this. Now to read that file, what function we are using? PD dot read underscore CSV. This is the function is helping you all to read that uploaded file. Okay. Now the same Excel file you can see here. Is it clear to you all till here? Any doubts? Okay, let's move ahead with the analysis then. Now I'm checking all those things. Okay, shape, the keyword which we had used it for the numpy. Okay, np dot shape keyword. There we had used it. Now we have the variable here as df. Okay, then how many rows and how many columns we have? If I want to check, I can make use of the shape keyword. Okay, so we have 1465 rows and 13 columns. If you want to know the total size, df dot size, let's check. Total elements are these many. Okay, 1465 rows are there and then 13 columns are there. Then is null function. Okay, what is the meaning of this is null function? In the very beginning, when I was explaining about the data analytics, I had told you all, first thing is you have to extract the data, and then you have to check whether is there any missing data, how to work with that data and all. Got it? So in pandas we have a function called as is null. We have a function called as is null function. This will tell you whether is there any missing data in the file. Okay, so if I run this, you can see this. Okay, so what it is displaying, you may be getting confused. What is the meaning of this false, false and all? You can see that product ID, product name, all the columns are there, and then everywhere it is actually displaying it as false. You can check here. So everywhere it is false. What is the meaning of this false here is, false indicates that there is no missing data in this particular 0 row first column, 0 row second column. False indicates no missing data. Somewhere if you find true or NaN true, then it indicates that there is a missing value. Okay. Now you are not getting an access for all the rows and all the columns. If you want to know the total count of missing values, we have a function here called as df.isNull function and then sum function. It will give you the count of all. So we have total these many columns here. You can see everywhere it is 0 0. Only thing is in rating underscore count function we have in rating underscore count we have two missing values. Apart from that, there is no missing values anywhere. Somebody have asked what is df. Df is a data frame, and here I have given that name to this file. I have given this name to this file. You can see here df. It's like a variable here. Okay, I have given this name to read this file. You can give any name. You can give any name to the file. You can even write it as Amazon also. Just I have taken a short name because everywhere I have to access the same name, a short form of a data frame. Got it? Yeah. So with the help of isNull function, we'll get to know that how many are null values and all. So this false is indicating that there are no missing values. But with this, I will not get the access to all the rows here. So I have another function here, isNull dot sum function. Whereas with the help of this sum function, I will get to know the total count of missing values. If I see that there are no missing values in any column, but there are two missing values are available in this rating count column. Okay. Now, if I want to see that rating count, if I want to see that rating count, then what I can write here is missing. I have just taken this as a variable name. It is not mandatory. Again, I'm repeating. You can take any name. And then I'm writing rating count dot is null function. So wherever it is missing, it will display that. You can see here. I'll just run this. It is right now displaying all the columns. I have to focus on rating count. Where is rating count? Yes, see here. NaN indicates no values. Okay, it is missing null values. Got it? So is null is the function. It will give you the missing values. Hope it is clear to you all. Is this clear till here? Now, in real cases, in real time projects, if you have many missing values, if you have many missing values like 100, 200, then it is not, it will not work. The analysis, you will not get it in a proper way. So in that case, what you can do is you can either delete those missing values, but you have to be very cautious when you are deleting something, whether other columns are making an impact on the analysis, then it is not a good option to delete the thing. It is not a good option to delete the thing. In that case, either you can replace that missing values by the average of that column, either average or either the median value. You can replace that missing value by either a median or a average in a real time project whenever you are working with any other project. Keeping the null values is not a good option. Always try to either delete it if it is a 1 or 2, if it is not impacting to the end analysis. If it is more, then try to replace them with either the average values or either the median values. Okay. Then we have some more functions here. Let's see that. Df.describe function. Df.describe function, it will give you the statistical analysis. Like wherever we have the numerical columns, that is either the integer or the float columns, from that you're going to get some the statistical analysis, but it is not related to any object column like for textual or a string column. I'll show you. You can see this is, this will give you the count, how many unique numbers are there, and then the top list what you have, and then frequency, how many times it has appeared and all. Got it? If you want to know the minimum maximum, you can call that column and then use the min function, max function, mean function, median function will work here also. Okay, those are the recurring function, so I have not used here. So categories, so all the numerical column value you can see here. Describe function will give you the description of the statistics, the count, the unique numbers, and the frequency. Okay. If you want to see, because every time you have to scroll and then check how many columns are there and all. If you want to see the columns, which all different columns we have, then we have a keyword here called as df.columns. If you write df.columns, it will display all the columns here. Product ID, because whenever if you want to make an analysis, you have to use the proper variable name here. Instead of this, if you take capital P or if you don't display underscore, it will tell that this does not exist in the data frame. Got it? So for the names and all, it will help you. Okay. Now we have these different columns: product ID, product name, we have the category, we have the discount price, we have the actual price, discount percentage, we have rating, we have rating underscore count. About the product, we have a user ID, username, also review ID. Okay. Then if I want to know, if I want to know like how many particular categories are there, then I can make use of value underscore counts. Hope you remember, I have told you when I was explaining for the weights, value underscore counts is an important function. It will give you how many items are there, the count of the items. Okay. Now what I have used the category here, this column, category column. If you just write df dot value underscore counts, and you'll not get the proper thing here. I have to check according to the columns, because earlier we had only one column that has a weights. So we have used that and we got the result. We have a multiple columns here, so which exactly you want. Okay. Now I'm checking with the category what kind of different categories we have in this. So category value underscore counts. You can see here. We have these many categories like electronic items related, this computer access, peripherals, cables, and all, home kitchen. So we have many more things. Actually, 2,011 rows are there. So these are total 233. These are total 76, 68. Okay. Like this, you will get to know the counts. Okay. If I want to see the rating is something easy. We'll be giving it with respect to the phi and all. So we'll check with that. Df dot rating dot value underscore counts. Okay. So you can see the count. Here it is like easy to check. So we have around 4.1 rating for almost 244. Members have given 4.1 rating, 4.3 to 30. So this is how the value underscore counts will be used. Okay. So is there any doubts till now? So this is how you can download the external file and then add it to the, you can read that file with the help of this file, and then read underscore csv, and then do some analysis. These are the basic functions I've taught you. There are many more functions. Please explore it and make the proper analysis. We have the two more libraries called as matplotlib and seaborn. From that you can generate the visuals. Okay. Like we have the scatter plot, we have the line plots. These all plots we can generate with the help of matplotlib and seaborn. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was telling you all. You can generate the charts with the help of other libraries. With the help of Pandas library, we can only do these kind of analysis. Okay, and with the help of NumPy, we can generate, or we can learn about the mathematical functions and all. Okay, but if you want to learn about the visuals and all, you have to learn about the Matplotlib and Seaborn libraries. Images, sorry, I have a query here. How can use upload image? How to read df dot describe man? We have not uploaded any image here. We have uploaded the CSV file. Okay, I've shown you all before here. As it is a cloud, it's working on a cloud, it will not be having access to our files. If I write only the path, it will not be having any access. So first thing is you have to write this line: import files from my uploads. If I write this, it will ask which file you want to upload. The one which I had already downloaded, I uploaded here. And then I read this file with help of read underscore CSV function. So I have read this CSV file. And then based on that, I made some analysis. Like for example, you got to know its size, whether there are any missing values, what are those missing value, where exactly it is. Okay. Then we have also seen with respect to the value underscore counts, the describe function. Okay. Yes. What is a sorry, ma'am, can you explain how to read the files? Hope I have just explained. Hope it is clear to you all. There are few more question. What is a CSV file? CSV is nothing but the comma separated file. Okay, for example, let me show you. Here, this is a comma separated file. If I open this with the notepad, the individual columns will be separated by a comma. Individual columns will be separated by a comma. It is considered as a comma separated files. Okay, in Excel we'll be storing the files even in as a Excel workbook also. Okay. Uh, can you explain all pandas method again in brief? Okay, you are asking to upload the image. Uploading a single image here, like we are not doing any analysis by uploading the images. Okay, if you want to upload the image and then check its analysis and all, we have many other AI tools for that. Okay. Somebody was asking what are the libraries for visuals. As I said, it's a matplotlib and then Seaborn libraries. Yeah, I wanted to explain it. Suppose if time permits, we'll see some functions of it. I really admire. Thank you, Sagar. Uh, about student ambassador program or let's upgrade team will connect with you all. Okay. So whenever we are working on visuals and all, yeah, let's see if we get a time and all. Yeah, like for example, if you are doing any analysis and all, first understand what exact visuals you want to get it. Okay, like for example, here I have a product ID, I have a product name, I have a category, discount price is there. Okay, then from where to where exactly you want to see. Okay, product name versus like the discount percentage or product name, the rating. Okay, how exactly you can do the analysis and all? First you have to frame the questions by yourself. Okay, then try to think of which plot. Okay, we have the scatter function for the scatter plots. We have a different functions. Just check by writing the question like how many different functions we have in the matplotlib, and how many different functions we have in the seaborn and all. Okay, and try to show one of the function. Import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Okay, category versus rating will check equal to plt dot scatter. Okay, category, yes, you can see here. So what I have done here is, as per the request, I am trying to show some of the plots. You can explore it. We have many more functions. Okay, this is how you can do the analysis. At the beginning, I have told you all clearly that what exact analysis you want to do. So what I have done here, category wise how the ratings are given. Okay, category wise how the ratings are given. You can even check the product name and what kind of a discount percentage is given, how the discount percentage is given here and all. Okay, now here you can see, as there are many categories, it is not visible here. If you maximize it and then check here. Okay, so according to the category, how the ratings are given. For which category low rating is there, for which category high rating is there. You can check that. Instead of category, you can even type product name, product name. It takes some time to load all the data here because we have many products. Again, so according to the product name, it is displaying. Okay. Now, accordingly, we have the line plots also in scatter. If you are not understanding, okay, somebody is asking me category and rating. Okay, looking same color. Yeah, colors and then labels, you can change it. Okay, what I will do, I can even create the line plot. You can even give the title, you can give the X label, Y label, change the colors. We can do many more things. As there is a less time, I'm just doing this thing for you all. We can use plot function for the line plots. Okay. Legends can be used. One second. as the data is not that in like the proper way, so you are getting so many of zigzag lines and all. If you have the proper data, you will get the analysis also very properly. Okay, let me see the thing here, queries. Yes, so somebody has asked about the legends. Legends will be used whenever we have a fixed category. Like, for example, if you want to see the same data for male and female, whenever we have the gender category, we can add a legend, then add this. Okay, that time the legend will come into the picture. Okay, somebody is asking me use slices. Yeah, exactly, that's a great method. If you use a set of data, because we have a huge data here, we have almost 1400 rows, 13 columns are there. By clubbing all that, you are getting this plots. If you make a slicing, like only 10 data in between 100 to 200 or 10 to 20, you can slice a data and then get the picture of this. That is also possible, even that works. Okay, somebody is asking, please take another class. Yeah, we'll try. Mm, what is the project, ma'am? Like we seen in Power BI visual that time. So let me tell you, Power BI is a very easy tool. You don't have to do it anything like this. You don't have to write any functions like plot or a scatter function. It's just a drag and drop. What you want in the plots, which you can just drag the columns and drop it, you'll get the visuals automatically. Okay. And then somebody was asking, yeah, definitely the codes will be shared to you all. And then, yeah, what is the project, ma'am? Project is something, when I'm talking about this data analysis project, data analysis, as I said, first take down the data. Here, for example, I had taken the Amazon data. Okay. So here we have the Amazon data. First, check the products, check the categories, and then how many sales, which product is giving you the good sales. Okay, so you have to check all the datas and do some analysis. By doing all these visuals and all, you will get a clear picture that this particular product is not at all giving a good sales to you. So, and you have enough stock, then what you can do is you want to finish that stock, so either you can give a discount to that particular product and then give a sales. Okay, you can plan something like that. This is what the analysis, this is how the business will work. Okay, you have to give some idea that this particular product is not moving, it doesn't have a good sales, and we have a enough stock, we want to move that stock, so we can provide some discounts and then finish that. Or else you can do the marketing of that particular product and then you can work on the sales and all. So this is how you can think on the analysis of any particular um, field or wherever you are. I explained it with respect to this Amazon sales. It differ when you are doing with the other projects. Okay. Yes. For huge data, if it comes like a scatter, then how to go about so that it doesn't comes like a scatter and line like above, and we can visualize easily. Okay, so here as we have the huge data, it is looking like so much of crowded and you're not able to analyze the things, yes, perfectly. In that case, either you can use the slicing, okay, or you can use the logarithmic scale. You can normalize the things and then see how it is going on, whether it is increasing, for which product it is losing, and all. This option we have. What are the advanced thing we can learn now after this 2 days session? What is your suggestion? Yes. So definitely, what suggestion I can give you all is, you please first work on the different functions available in the numpy library and in the pandas library. Due to the short time, I have chosen some of the function which going to help you all for the analysis purpose, and then explain those things to you all. So you first list down and check which all different functions are available and how you can utilize them for your own project. Like Amazon data, you download any other random data. I suggest you all to download a simple data set so that you can see the results properly. Okay, download any some around like, if even if you have 10 rows, 5 columns, that also will works, because you're learning something. So learn something. Even you can generate your own data for the analysis purpose, and go through with all these functions, see the results, understand it, and explore all the function and apply those functions to this data set. Okay. Data analysis for freshers, what about their career is easy or what? Data analysis, we have many job opportunities. So learn the appropriate tool for that, like a Power BI or a Tableau. Learn those tools. It will help you all for the data analysis purpose. Somebody is asking, like, is there a scope for data analysis? Yes, we have a scope for data analysis because the word is running behind that. Everyone wants to increase their business. Everyone wants to see the future report. What could be the next? What could be my sales? So, data analytics have a future. So, that's it for this related to the NumPy and Pandas. I've tried to cover the entire thing. I've tried to cover all the important functions which going to help you all for the data analysis purpose. So make use of these functions. One more time, please practice it, understand it, and then use some other datas and then explore it and do well. All the best for your future. Thank you. Thank you for all the patience hearing.